Hello, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our Tech Tuesday. And we started talking last week because February is considered Heart Health Month or Heart Month. We started talking about the heart and nutrition for the heart last week. And we found out that the heart is actually an extremely big subject. So there's a very, very broad area that we can cover. So we've been focusing specifically on inflammation because, as we know, inflammation is the start of all disease. And wherever there's inflammation, the risk of disease is extremely high, or it is in fact caused by disease. So having an inflamed heart is not a good thing. But fortunately, there are certain things that we can do to assist with that. Some of the things that we can't assist with, unfortunately, is your genes. You can't choose your genes. So that's one little issue over there, but you can choose your diet and your lifestyle. So while genes can cause quite a few problems, lifestyle and nutrition can assist a lot of those problems. So let me share my screen and we're going to keep going. So we started talking last week about carotenoids, and that was where we ended up with that one. So I think most of us know all about carotenoids and what they do and what they don't do, and how they are very good for boosting the immune system specifically. And obviously for your heart, that is part of the immune system. So we're talking this week as well about what makes your heart tick. So the next thing we're going to get going with is a little thing called a lipotropic adjunct. And did you know that this supports a healthy heart and may help prevent cholesterol oxidizing into harmful plaque? Remember, cholesterol itself isn't always the problem. It's when it oxidizes and forms a plaque that is not very mobile. That's where the problem comes about. It can also help to lower your homocysteine levels, and it helps to support the health of blood vessels and resist unwanted fat buildup in the liver. The many factors determine the health of your heart and blood vessels, especially a balanced diet, low in fat and high in fiber. Sometimes we don't eat the foods that give us the nutrients we need for optimal cardiovascular health. And these nutrients include the lipotropic factors and the B vitamins. Lipotropic factors help to keep lipids or fats emulsified in blood so that they may be mobilized and utilized throughout the body where needed. Again, fat isn't the enemy. It's the type of fat that becomes the enemy. And your junk fats, your fats that are oxidized, those are the bad fats. Now, the B vitamins help to assure the normal metabolism of homocysteine, which has a natural metabolic, which is a natural metabolic byproduct that can damage arteries if it accumulates. Now, Neolife has a leading edge lipotropic adjunct product that provides nutrients that have been shown to play essential roles in maintaining the health of the circulatory system. So why do we need these things? Lipotropic factors are essential to produce lipoproteins, which help keep lipids emulsified in the bloodstream. Remember what I said earlier? Cholesterol isn't the enemy. Fat isn't the enemy. It's when it goes off to the side of the arteries and sits there, or the veins, and it sits there and it oxidizes. That's when it becomes a problem. If you think of your kitchen sink and you've been very naughty and you've fried some eggs instead of boiled them or poached them, and you're very lazy like I am, and you pour that resultant oil down the drain, what's going to happen? Well, as long as it goes down the drain and out, nothing's going to happen. And you pour it down and it's fine. And you do it again tomorrow, and pour it down and it's fine. And now you've had some steak or some lamb chops or something like that, and you wash your dishes, and that fat goes down the drain as well. And it's fine. But suddenly you wash something small and your drain clogs up. The water's not going down. And you go, well, what happened? What did I use over here? And it's actually what you didn't use. You weren't using your LDC. So what's happened is that that fat from the eggs and the meat and everything has gone down the drain, and it's now congealed and it's blocked up that drain. And that is exactly what happens in your arteries. So you can eat all the junk that you like, and that stuff builds up and builds up and builds up, and then suddenly you have this horrible cramp in your chest, and you go into a cold sweat, and your left arm goes lame, and you know that you are in trouble with a capital T because you haven't been drinking LDC. You haven't been using your lipotropic as well as other factors. And once you've had that heart attack, if it's not fatal, it's not too late. You can change things. But sadly, in a lot of cases, when those symptoms come on, it's too late. You don't get that second chance. So the story over here, the moral of the story is make sure that you prevent these problems before it's too late. In other words, same as when you're washing your dishes, wash with LDC. It keeps all that fat and oil in solution, and it allows it to break down and go through your drain without blocking up and causing problems. So the lipotropic factors are substances that are required for the normal mobilization of fat from the liver. The deficiency of these factors may result in what's known as fatty liver, and the important lipotropic factors are things like choline, betaine, methionine, and inositol. Also things like folic acid, vitamin B12, glycine, and serine, which all serve as lipotropic factors. Please do not worry about learning these big fancy names. Just know that they are there. B vitamins help to assure normal metabolism of homocysteine, which is a natural metabolic byproduct that can damage arteries if it accumulates in the blood. As long as all these things are flowing free, you don't have a problem. Again, think of a flood. We've been told that there's some heavy rain coming tonight and tomorrow, and they've been threatening us with some floods. As long as your river is free flowing and all the debris and the trees and whatever else happens to be in that water is flowing down the river out to sea, naturally, it's not a problem. But when you have a whole lot of leaves and branches and car tires and trees that now interlink and they hit a bridge or they hit a snag or narrowing in the river, what happens? It blocks. And now all of a sudden you have a flood. When that happens in your arteries, you don't have a flood, you have a heart attack. Same thing. You let the muck in the river flow freely, and it goes out to sea, and it doesn't cause a problem. If it blocks up, we've got a problem. So why this particular thing called lipotropic adjunct? It contains concentrated lipotropic factors such as choline and inositol, which assist the mobilization and utilization of dietary fats. It contains folic acid, vitamin B6, and vitamin B12, and these are nutrients that are known to contribute to normal metabolism of homocysteine, which is an amino acid that can accumulate to dangerous levels and damage blood vessels. Betaine hydrochloride helps create an environment conducive to vitamin B12 absorption, and betaine is itself involved in homocysteine metabolism. It also contains citrus bioflavonoids, which include things like hesperidin, which support the health of the circulatory system. And your citrus bioflavonoids are essentially a type of vitamin C. Now, the next product that we're going to deal with is one of my favorites, garlic. But not just garlic on its own, it is the entire allium complex. And there are numerous scientific studies that link the consumption of allium vegetables, which are your garlic, onion, chives, leek, etc., to lower risks of many threats to our well-being. There's a story that Napoleon used to grow garlic and send it out with his troops to feed to the horses so they wouldn't develop blood clots when they were injured in the Napoleonic Wars. A huge family of sulfur compounds which is what your allium plants are, is largely responsible for the pungent smell and the benefits of the allium vegetables, which is why a lot of people don't like to eat garlic because of the smell. Now, if you take a deodorized garlic supplement, rather don't waste your money because they've taken out the allium, which is what causes the smell, and therefore they have essentially neutralized that garlic. And you're just getting the name, you're not actually getting any benefits. Now, Neolife's Garlic Allium Complex is a state-of-the-art whole food supplement delivering standardized amounts of allicin, which is the key sulfur compound in garlic, plus the other beneficial allium nutrients. And they have a targeted delivery technology which ensures that the bioactive allicin reaches the intestines where it delivers optimal benefit because it has an acid-proof covering, meaning that you swallow it. It goes through the stomach. It is not affected by the acid in the stomach, but it then is affected by the whatever compounds are in your small intestine, or your intestine basically, which then cause it to dissolve, and then you have your optimal dose where it's needed most. So why do they not just focus on garlic, but put in all the other alliums as well? Because allium vegetables have been used worldwide for thousands of years as foods, spices, and folk medicines. Now, scientific studies show that the allium vegetables are enormously beneficial to our well-being. So why this particular product? It has a broad spectrum whole food supplementation. It features extracts and concentrates from a variety of allium vegetables, namely garlic, onion, chive, and leek, which have been linked in numerous research studies to optimal well-being and assures your daily intake of diverse, beneficial nutrients from the allium family. Because, just a simple aside question, how much garlic, onion, chive, and leek have you consumed today or in the last 24 hours? I know when I cook, I'll use a fair amount of garlic. But once again, when cooking these things, the garlic is affected by the heat. So, and it also goes into your stomach. So while you are eating garlic, which is great, it makes your food taste good, you're not getting the optimum benefit of the raw garlic, which is what goes into the supplement. And they use a unique process to protect the enzymes, and enzymes are crucial for digestion. The enzyme allinase is required for the formation of allicin, which is the critical sulfur compound responsible for many of garlic's benefits. So unless you're eating roughly the equivalent of 1 clove of raw organic garlic, not one that's been exposed to radiation, etc., but raw organic garlic, you're probably not getting nearly enough of what you should be getting. And Neolife's special technology protects the allinase from destruction by stomach acid, which means that you therefore have a guaranteed allicin content. Now, the minimum effective dose of garlic, according to Dr. Don Lawson, is 4,000 micrograms. With 2 tablets of the Neolife garlic, you're going to get a minimum dose of 4,200. I think I'm under corrections, either 4,100 or 4,200 micrograms of garlic and all the other allium plants. 4,200, there we go, from high-yield garlic extracts. And research studies show that this amount, which is equivalent to that found in 1 clove of fresh garlic, and again, fresh garlic, not dried, is effective in promoting well-being. The nutrient family approach includes not only allicin, but also the other bioactive compounds, for example, the oil-soluble substances from fresh garlic and onion, which are in allium vegetables and work together in different ways to benefit our overall well-being. So you can now enjoy your garlic and your allium vegetables without that horrible garlic breath. It has a targeted delivery technology and as a result, contains an enteric coating that maximizes the product's stability and absorption and assures the formation of active allicin in the intestines. As a result, garlic allium complex does not cause repeating or garlic breath because it dissolves once it's through into the intestine, not in the stomach. It also contains rosemary, which is a potent antioxidant herb, which helps to protect the tablet contents. And it's convenient because, after all, how many pots full of fresh garlic do you have growing around your house? I don't have any growing around my house. And it provides an easy way to reap the benefits of the allium vegetables without having to eat a fresh clove of raw garlic every day. If that was the case, don't think I would be having a lot of garlic. Now, the next thing that we're going to talk about is fiber. Remember, once we've gotten all that fat, excess fat out of the liver, and we've got the cholesterol flowing in the system, how do we get that stuff out? If you have stubborn dirt on your body or on your clothes, how do you get it out? Do you just use soap? If you pour the soap on, is it going to get that stubborn dirt out? Or do you have to brush it or rub it? Normally using a brush or your nails or something to agitate and to rub to get those stains and things out of your clothing or out of your body, or out of your skin, should I say. Well, we can't really shove a bottle brush down our gullet and scrub out everything. So we use fiber. And for generations, fiber has been associated with regularity. Scientific research supports this important dietary function of fiber, as well as other significant health benefits. The all-natural fiber food and drink mix is a tasty and convenient beverage, providing 8 grams of soluble and insoluble fiber, because you don't just get one type of fiber in each serving, and it is especially rich in oat fiber, which is shown by research to particularly support heart health. So what does this product do? It helps to reduce the risk of heart disease by helping to lower your blood cholesterol. It contains 12 natural sources that provide 8 grams of fiber per serving. We're needing about 27 to 32 grams of fiber per day. It is a balanced blend of soluble and insoluble fibers from whole foods. It tastes great, as it can also be added to your favorite drinks and recipes, like gravy and things like that. And it provides as much fiber as 2 apples. Yet, it has a gluten-free formula. Average person consumes only half the dietary fiber needed for long-term good health. And I know my body very quickly tells me if I'm not getting enough fiber in my system. Things are not fun. So if you're getting sufficient fiber, it keeps you regular and it keeps you feeling good. By boosting your fiber intake, you can help to maintain regularity naturally without habit-forming drugs. An increased fiber intake with meals can help you feel fuller and lose weight safely and naturally. Because if you feel full, you're not going to be wanting to eat more. So why this particular product? It's a complete fiber. It features a blend of soluble and insoluble fiber from 12 natural whole food sources, including whole oats, fruits and vegetables, because different types of fiber confer different health benefits. It provides cellulose, hemicellulose, gum, lignin, and pectin, which are all 5 types of dietary fiber necessary to maintain good health. It's concentrated and delicious because each serving provides 8 grams of dietary fiber plus added protein, fructose, and complex carbohydrates for good taste and smooth texture. Again, carbohydrates are not the enemy. Simple carbohydrates are the enemy. Complex carbohydrates is what our body needs. It provides cellulose and hemicellulose. There is an exclusive neopolyfiber which features soya polysaccharide, which is the cellular matrix of the heart of the soybean, and it is blended with specially selected whole oat and acerola cherry fiber. It's gluten-free, and each serving provides as much fiber as 2 apples. It's delicious alone or mixed with favorite foods. It is a convenient powder that can be mixed with water for a low-fat, high-fiber drink, or added to your favorite Neolife protein drinks and recipes to boost fiber content. You can even bake with it. It's naturally sweetened and flavored. Fructose provides the wholesome good taste with no added sucrose. Whole fruit and nut powders create delectable flavor and texture. It contains no corn or wheat proteins and no sulfites. And there is less than 1 gram of fat per serving. There is no cholesterol and no added salt. There are no added artificial colors, flavors, sweeteners, preservatives, or sodium added. Get me out of the way over here. The convenient way to achieve a natural whole food, high fiber diet is by supplementing. And scientific research has shown that a diet low in saturated fat and cholesterol and high in fruits, vegetables, and grain products that contain fiber may promote regularity, reduce your risk of heart disease by helping to lower the blood cholesterol, contribute to a pleasant feeling of fullness, and each serving provides a rich source of dietary fiber, a balanced blend of soluble and insoluble fibers from whole foods. It has an exclusive neopolyfiber or polyfibe. Unlike simple bran, neopolyfiber can help to absorb cholesterol from the intestine and carry it out of the body without robbing trace minerals the way that some other fiber products can do. Now, my next favorite product is CoQ10. If you are not using CoQ10 and you're on this call, I would highly suggest you do start to use it. Coenzyme Q10 or CoQ10 is also known as ubiquinone, and it is a fat-soluble, vitamin-like compound found in virtually every cell of every living thing. In other words, you'll find it in your body. However, there's always that but. CoQ10 is present in all human cells, reaching its highest concentrations in and around energy-producing mitochondria. We won't get into anatomy tonight, but if you look at your cell and you break it down, there's a little engine inside each and every cell, and that is your mitochondria, and they require fuel, and this is where your ubiquinone comes in. It is needed for very basic cellular function, including energy production and, in fact, even life itself. CoQ10 mitochondrial energy complex is a nutritional fortification for optimal cellular energy and health. Its exclusive proprietary formula was developed from years of research by the Neolife Scientific Advisory Board and our global science and technology team. The SAB has known for decades that we need CoQ10 or ubiquinone. They've always known it. But Neolife, as you know, pride themselves on food only. So if the supplement or if the raw ingredients of the supplement are not in the normal human food chain, they will not use it. Now, they knew it was there, they knew it was in food, but they didn't have the technology available to extract it safely and in a functional form. That all changed a few years ago. which is why it took many decades for them to launch our CoQ10, because it is food sourced. The vast majority of CoQ10s on the market today, while they might be cheaper, probably significantly cheaper, they are almost exclusively synthetic, therefore not nearly as effective as a food source. It is packed with specially selected nutrients that are known to play key roles in healthy, lifelong mitochondrial energy production, because as with pretty much everything that Neolife produces, you're not just getting CoQ10. Look at the label, you'll find there's a whole lot more inside there. And because of its unique fat-soluble structure, CoQ10 can readily exist within the cell membranes and facilitate both its protective antioxidant and energetic functions. No other molecule can do this. CoQ10 levels are known to decrease naturally with aging, either by reduced production efficiency, known as biosynthesis, within the body, or by increased metabolic requirements, or both. Some diet and lifestyle patterns and prescription drug therapies are known to deplete CoQ10 unnaturally. So why do we need to supplement? CoQ10 levels are known to decrease naturally with aging. This often results in more than a 50% drop by the age of 50. So when you feel like your get up and go has got up and went, you probably need to get up and go after some CoQ10. Diet and lifestyle patterns are known to deplete CoQ10 unnaturally. And in a lot of cases, athletes who obviously burn off a lot more energy will deplete a lot sooner. Because think of your car. If you fill your car with fuel and you park it in the garage and you drive it once a week for 3 kilometers down the road and back again, you're probably not going to use a lot of fuel. However, if you're driving from Durban to Bloemfontein, you're going to have to fill up your car more than once, because unless you're pushing it, you're going to be using a fair amount of fuel. And that is exactly what happens with us. CoQ10 is our fuel. So when you're younger, your body can replenish it a lot quicker. But as we get older, we tend to get a heavier foot and we're using a lot more energy and we're not filling up quite as often and as fast as we should do. So the use of some prescription drugs, in particular cholesterol-lowering statins and other over-the-counter medications, can deplete CoQ10 in the body. Low CoQ10 levels have been directly associated with higher risk of many well-known diseases of lifestyle and aging. Low levels have been associated with the negative impact of 3 of the primary biologic markers of metabolic syndrome, known as METS, namely obesity, oxidative stress, and inflammation. So why our particular CoQ10? It delivers 100 milligrams of highly bioavailable CoQ10 sourced from nature in a clinically proven dose for cellular energy production. Again, you can have a ton of food or drink or supplements or medication or anything you like, but if your body is not absorbing it, what is the point? It's like putting on a full body dry suit that these divers use when they're diving into the Arctic waters and things. Inside that suit, they're completely, totally insulated. They're not getting one little drip of water on them. And they submerge in the sea. They stay perfectly dry and perfectly warm. That is the same as what a product that is not bioavailable, so it's not being absorbed, has. So you can swallow the product and your body will take it in and it'll process it out, but it's not absorbing anything because that product, whatever it is, has a dry suit on it. It means it's totally, completely useless and you're wasting your money. So the exclusive Neolife phytolipid and sterol blend, sourced from whole grain lipids and sterols, known to help support optimal mitochondrial structure and function, is in this particular product. It provides the 4 tocotrienols derived from rice, known to help protect mitochondrial lipid membranes from oxidative attacks. Plus, the 4 most powerful phytosterols, namely beta-cytosterol, camphosterol, stigmasterol, and brassicasterol from soya that may assist with mitochondrial function. It also contains the Neolife proprietary polyphenol blend that delivers whole food sourced polyphenols plus resveratrol from red grapes to provide extra antioxidant protection and to help promote mitochondrial protection. When they first launched this, I remember one of the World team members saying they actually misnamed it. They shouldn't have just called it CoQ10. They should have called it CoQ10 Plus, like we have a lot of other pluses. It also has L-cysteine with a rate-limiting amino acid that's needed for cellular biosynthesis of the mitochondrial protector glutathione. Now, your L-cysteine may help support the mitochondrial function and strengthen inner cellular protective systems. Other key ingredients include things like sunflower lecithin, coconut medium-chain triglycerides, or MCT oil, and rice bran oil, which helps to support the CoQ10 absorption. It's sourced from nature. Cold-pressed oils preserve the nutritional value. And it is an easy-to-swallow soft gel capsule. It's based in nature, and Neolife products use only GMO-free ingredients. No artificial colors, flavors, sweeteners, or preservatives are added, and it is very quickly and easily absorbed. Let me stop there because we've still got about 5 minutes left, and I'm going to open up if there's anybody got any questions or comments before I stop the recording.